So this is the Simms Tom Simms Pro model, and it's new this year. It's really fun. Let's just get out there with that right off the bat. It's just a little power needle. Love the look, love the retro thing going for it. You can see it's got, you know, a die cut base, that traditional look, but I barely feel it. Made by Never Summer. Really well made, really fun, fast base, really good damp board. And you can see it's got kind of an interesting camber profile going for it. Kind of like the Juice's camber profile here. Let me flip this around. You've got a little camber underfoot. Just a very mellow camber, just like the Juice, that then goes past the bindings to a little mellow rocker. It's got good bite. It's got a good stable but catch-free profile underfoot. It really is fun to jam down the mountain with, and it's not that bad for a kind of more free ride. It feels like kind of like all mountain to board. All mountain free ride kind of feel. It's much easier to take switch than we thought it would be. We were kind of surprised at that, and it's a little more versatile than you would think. It's a little more all mountain than you would think, but you know, meaning you can ride it centered and ride it switch, but it's a little less free ride than you would think too. Super quick edge to edge, super fun. Let's talk about the setback and stance width and shit like that. Just kind of looking at the max stance, you know, you're looking at about 63 centimeters, aka 24 3/4. Minimum, you know, you're looking at just about 19 3/4, about 50 centimeters. But you know, if you want to set this thing all the way back, you're only looking at about 22 1/4 stance width, or about 56 1/2 centimeters. So 22 1/4, just about. So you're looking at 21 1/2, and then you're looking at about 18. Maybe 18 17 3/4, but so 3 3/4. So that's kind of more like an all mountain board. It doesn't really have that. You know, most free ride boards are really much further set back on board, like 4+, like 5, 6, 7, sometimes even that far back. So, you know, it's kind of more in that. You know, I'd probably call this a free ride board, but it's got such an all mountain aftertaste, and that was what was so much fun about it. It really doesn't feel as surfy as it looks. It feels way more double ender, and that's what makes it fun. So this is the Tom Simms. It's kind of a unique board. If you want something a little more forgiving than the Blade, a little more playful, slightly easier to butter, slightly easier to ride switch, you have the Tom Simms Pro model, and it's you know, fun, well-made American board made by Never Summer. And you know, if you always wanted kind of a hybrid camber twist on Never Summer's hybrid rocker, you have the Simms models.